starting late. It's about like 8:40 or so instead of 8:30, and far from the usual 7 o'clock. I've had a late start. I didn't get much sleep yesterday, so I had to wake up later today, and peanut butter jelly sandwich and coffee. Nom 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 nom. It's so good. There we go. Freaking feather fall potion. Go. Get out of... I'll be right back, guys. Sorry about that, guys. Hey, how's your day going? In today's video we're going to work on finishing the pets achievement. We're not going to get it done today. I got the bone key, which is the toughest one, or tougher one of the toughest ones. I got the baby Grinch whistle, which is another tough one. I got the ember mosquito, that's another one. Right now I'm trying to get the fish from the ice chests in different biomes, so I'm going to be working on that. I've had a bit of a late start today, because yesterday I didn't get as much sleep as I normally did, or it was broken up, so I didn't do so well. And tonight's my Friday, so I just got to get through. That's the other reason too, is because normally on my day off I try to stay up as long as possible, and do like a 24-hour day. So Michelle wanted me to just rest it up as best as I can, so I can spend some time with her. So what we're going to do is we're going to start a large world, because that has the best chance of getting us a big ice biome, and then we're going to go through and dig through like that, and then we should be able to, I've went through at least 10 ice chests now, and I can't find it yet. And I checked to see if it was PC, but this one time at band camp, I looked for anvil statue. I looked for the bee's knees from the queen bee, and I couldn't find it. So So yeah, I've got about an hour left to stream, and then I got. And no ice chest yet. This is so weird. Wow, still no ice chest. I remember the first time Michelle and I played Terraria a long time ago, back on the Xbox 360, and we started a whole new world, and we didn't know what to expect, and we had done the duplication glitch on Minecraft, and it just, after a while, I don't know if we quit at the wrong. There we go. There's not. If we quit at the wrong time, what happened? But for whatever reason, our world got destroyed, basically. It got replaced with the world of red sand, which is, all the data got erased. We were devastated, so we quit playing Minecraft for a while, and we found Terraria, and first it was a 2D scroll. We saw it was a 2D scroller. We thought, hey, this is just a knockoff of Minecraft, but it looks really fun, or it looks really cool. Michelle loves 2D games because it doesn't make her feel as nauseous. Like 3D games give her motion sickness. Our home was in an ice biome, and I just remember the whole mystery, the music, everything, just starting out having no idea what we were doing at all, and just discovering we didn't play the tutorial. Either we didn't know about it, or we were just winging it. And sometimes that's the best way to experience a game, is not even have the tutorial, just do it that way. But yeah, we didn't have the tutorial or anything, and we were just learning by just playing the game. And it's taken me a long time to get up to this point, as good as I am now. And even then, I still have a very, very long ways to go. I'm like, there's some stuff I see people do on Terraria, and I'm like, how are you even doing that? Just like there's this whole like Terraria mechanical engineering core group on I think on YouTube, and they do a bunch of crazy. And I tried to do the whole hoiking thing, but someone told me you have to have the 1.3 on there, and it's on PC. So maybe with the 1.3 update, they'll have the hoiking thing where you could move really fast. Because I can imagine the hoiking combined with the ice frozen slime bridge would be really good, because you wouldn't lose traction, so you'd move extra fast with the hoiking thing, and then you'd just slide on the frozen slime block, and that'd be a really good, quick way of doing it. Another thing that'll be useful, but we have to beat the Moon Lord first, is, let's see, once down here, right? And then you press it once over here, but going horizontally. And then what you do is you fall, like, jump from the highest height you can find, and then you just drop right down to that, and then it sends you up this way. And that combined with the frozen slime block, where you don't lose traction. Or you lose traction. I mean, you don't lose momentum is what I meant to say. And you just keep sliding and sliding. And I remember the first time playing through, just being mesmerized by, you know, at first being disappointed that it was 2D, but then again, that's why Michelle and I got it, because she can play 2D games and not get motion sickness. Like, if she plays Minecraft or anything else, 3D, she usually, that's part of why she likes Stardew Valley so much too, is because it's not 3D really. But yeah, if she plays anything 3D, she has to give it a break after about an hour or so. Like, we play Resident Evil 5, and there's a small chance we might play it again for the Let's Play channel, but we played Resident Evil 5 together. And if we do play it, what I'm going to do is I'm going to play through single mode story by myself with the computer for a while, and get a bunch of stuff unlocked, to make things as easy for her as it can be. Get her character like unlimited ammo and stuff, like with the Magnum, where she can just one-shot kill things, or whatever weapon she wants to use, if we ever do that. But we're trying to get some multiplayer games that we can play, really, and one of them is Overcooked, which is like a cooking multiplayer game. She really likes those. And then we're also looking to get Don't Starve together, or Don't Starve the Mega Pack, just to have something different from Terraria. I think the tough part is going to be finding another game that people will tune in to see. I get a pickaxe one, and I got a skeleton one too. It's crazy. So I'm really hoping, please let this be the fish one. Nope, still not the fish. The fish must be a really rare one. So that's 12 chests we've looked through so far. Nothing yet. Or actually, technically it's 13 now, I think. Yeah, it's 13 chests we've looked through. Shoot. Yeah, this is getting near the end of the ice biome, too. Yeah, one of my favorite ASMR artists, or pretty much my favorite ASMR artist, Ephemeral Rift. He has this funny video now where his son has hijacked his channel, and it's really funny. And it's just great to see, like, cause he's talked about his family before and how he takes care of his son and his wife and everything, and it's just great to see that, you know. It's really cool to see. And it's people in the comments were saying, you know, they don't always think that Ephemeral Rift, you know, is just another human being like us, and he has human being responsibilities, and you know, and it's interesting to see that side of him. And it's the same thing with Frog Leap Studios too, where he brings his wife on there when he does metal covers, or he brings his daughter on a lot. And it's just really funny to see. It's really cool to see it. You know, like, these are awesome dads, and you know, I want to be an awesome dad one day. That'd be cool. An awesome. I mean, not that I don't want to. Not that I want to have a child. I'm actually thinking about getting a vasectomy, but like an awesome dad for Connor. I'm actually looking to get a vasectomy. The thing is, the tough part is I'm trying to save up vacation time in sick hours. Because you have to take about a week off because you can't do, like, I walk a lot at my work. And because of that, I would really need to heal up for, like, at least a week. And Rhett and Link from Good Mythical Morning, they got the vasectomy, and they actually did a video on that, and that was, like, really funny and entertaining. It made me feel. Now, I decided a long time before they did this video, before I even knew they were going to do it. This is not an influence thing where they influence me to do this. But this is more like an added bonus thing, like, hey, one of my favorite YouTubers. I have so many favorite YouTubers. It's tough to pick them all. I feel like I could list them all, but it would be like 100 people, and it would be tough to not leave anyone out accidentally. But yeah, one of my favorite YouTubers, or two of my favorite YouTubers, really got a vasectomy, and that's just like an added thing where it's like, oh, that's cool. I have that in common with them now, in addition to the Ghost Pepper. Maybe one day, Carolina Reaper. Maybe. I'm not gonna say never, but maybe. King and Queen statue. Yeah, that's awesome. Let's see. But yeah, that's what I mean about being awesome dads. Though, is that they had their children on there too, on their YouTube channel, and once in a while you'll see Connor as well on our channel, and you know, he can be anything he wants to be if he works hard enough. That's what I keep telling him. If he wants to be a Let's Player one day, he can. If he wants to be a construction worker or a doctor or a lawyer, if he's willing to put the effort into it, he can do it. That's what I tell him. You gotta put the work in. You gotta put the time in. It doesn't happen overnight. It doesn't even happen in a month or maybe even a year. But it will happen if you work hard at it long enough and you do the right things. But yeah, it's so cool because eventually, you know, he'll be at the right age to where if he wanted to, he could have his own channel. Like maybe it's totally up to Michelle, of course, but maybe when he's 13 or 14 or something. He just turned 7, so he's got 7 more years, and by then, 7 years from now, we should be doing pretty good on this channel if we, you know, if we keep going. I don't see any reason why we won't keep going. But yeah, it's been less than a year, and we've gotten 200 subscribers on. We've got 3 different channels too. Technically, we got this channel on the which we've gotten 100 on the Twitch channel. And we've got the Let's Play channel on YouTube. We've got 200 and something on that. Vlog channel, we've got like 100 and, trying to remember off the top of my head, like 140 or something, or 137. I don't know. But you know, everyone grows at different rates. But I think we're doing pretty steady growth. The one thing that I keep holding on to as well is that the further as long as you stay on the path, it's like Markiplier said in the Pursuit of Happiness video, as long as you stay on the path, then you're gonna work your way up there. You know, that's the toughest part, is you gotta get started, you gotta do it. And yeah, so in less than a year we've got 200. It's gonna be interesting to see what we have in a year. Hopefully we'll have like 400 or 600 subscribers on the Let's Play channel, and maybe 200, 300 on the vlog channel. And hopefully we'll have like 200 here on this channel too. That's why I was debating on whether I should have a separate channel for the ASMR channel that I eventually want to do. Not right away, but eventually. I want to do that because with 4 channels, that's a lot to manage. Even if we were lucky enough to do this full time, that's still a lot to manage, you know. And so Michelle and I were debating on whether if I do ASMR, should we do it on the vlog channel and just have the vlog channel be vlog and ASMR together. That way they supplement each other. That way the views stay pretty good on there, and we get some good subs on there. But yeah, it's tough. Debate on that. I think that's probably what we'll do. Because right now, anyways, I can't do ASMR that often, anyways, because you have to have. Ideally, you want as much control over sound and stuff as you can. And with 3 pets and a family, and this being our only room to record in, it's not really that conducive to ASMR. Now, Let's Plays you can be fine because you know background noise isn't that as big of a deal. So yeah. With the ASMR, you have to find your opportunity, and you have to take advantage of that opportunity when you have time. So that world's done. So you gotta go back to World 1 and put some of the statues and stuff in World 1. Rinse and repeat, pretty much. Got the blizzard in a bottle, that's good. Hopefully we won't have to go through more than one more world, but if we do, we do. If we do, we do. The 1.3 update, it looks like it's going to be September. It's either September or it's going to be the fourth quarter, and people are going to be mad. But I can imagine it takes a lot of time, and they're committed to quality, so they're not going to put anything out that they don't feel comfortable with. You know, I respect them for that, because I imagine people are coming with the pitchforks and the torches. And to be able to hold off on that and say, no, we know short term you'd be happier if we release this, but long term you wouldn't be. So we're just gonna hold off on doing that. I know you guys are really mad, but we're focused on quality here. I know you're gonna be happy long term with this. Could be today, could be tomorrow. I know at some point it's bound to happen, and I'm just gonna be playing normally, and then it's gonna pop up like bing, and go like, oh my god, hype train, get hyped. And Michelle's gonna be here, and she's gonna be like, we need to put it on Twitter, put it on Facebook, all of the social medias, put it everywhere. We are covering the 1.3 update. Oh my god, it's finally here. It's here. It's gonna be like that. But and it's gonna be awesome when it happens. It's gonna be really good in 2019. There you go. But yeah, I imagine they're introducing a lot of stuff, and I think they're reworking the whole system for console too. So it's not just that they're adding a bunch of stuff; they're reworking from the ground up. And I don't know the first thing about coding at all. I know nothing about coding at all. So I imagine it's got to be really tough. And I don't know how many people they've been budgeted to have, like how much manpower they've got to work with. They could have people working 18-hour days or 16-hour days over there or something. Imagine as the deadline gets like tougher and tougher, they probably do have people working. Okay, so it's not on this side. Do I have a mirror with me or anything at all? Nope. I gotta get a mirror. It's not easy, dang. Here we go. Yeah, the snow also kind of reminds me of Michigan, Wisconsin. When Wisconsin and Michigan, I'm terrible at geography, but with NCAS and his vlogs and everything, Nintendo Capri Sun, and I just rewatching his Jealous Guy ones whenever I'm on the way home from work. you know, on the way to work, I'd listen to like metal a lot of the times, or like really, because I got to get myself psyched up and pumped up to work to counter. Part of why is because it's physically tough, not super tough, not the toughest, but it is physical work. And the second part is because it's really, really boring. And so to counteract all that, I listen to metal music on the way to work, and I get myself all pumped up. Or like, even if it's not metal, I'll listen to like hard rock stuff, you know, just anything that, you know, some people at work will play. Like, I had this one lady I was working with, and she was playing like Hawaiian music. And then there's nothing wrong with Hawaiian music if you're trying to sleep. But if you're trying to like stay awake and work, you know, and motivate yourself to work, you gotta have something at least a little upbeat. Like, some people will play songs that aren't necessarily hard rock or metal, but are at least upbeat enough to where it helps you energy-wise. But the other people, man, they play like freaking classical music and stuff. But yeah, on the way home, once I don't have to have that pressure to, like, you know, I've got to deliver and I've got to do a good job and I got to counteract the boredom and everything that I have, on the way home I can listen to something a little bit more relaxed. So I'll find stuff on the way home. And yeah, so I've been rewatching the Jealous Guy breaking and CES videos, which is like Nintendo Capri Sun's old vlogs. And I made a video on the blog channel talking about how he's my favorite vlogger, because he is. A lot of vlogs I just can't get into. I can't relate to people at all most people when they do their vlogs. And that's not to say bad, it's just a subjective thing. Just like people, not everyone's into metal music, and that's okay. But a lot of times in vlogs I just can't relate to people, you know, at all. Or what they're going through or anything at all. But with Nintendo Capri Sun, I could totally relate to him. With, like, he talks about movies and different philosophical stuff or day-to-day life stuff, and you know, I feel like, you know, I wish I had him as a friend growing up, or someone like him growing up. A lot of time I had a hard time relating to people. But with him, I feel like, you know, he would have been a good friend to have. And he's just really funny. There's times where I'm like just laughing at him. Not at him, but laughing with him. You know, it's something he said just because it's funny. And it's kind of weird, but not weird, but it's kind of like a whole journey to get through all his vlogs, because he has, I think, over 1,000. Like, I've made 3 different playlists on my old channel. 3 different playlists, and each of them have like 200 videos, and he still has more on the Bricky and CES that I haven't seen. Like, half of them is like the Jealous Guy ones, that there's like 400 or 500 of those, and then after that you get into his second channel, Breaking in CES, because he got a better brand with the Nintendo Capri Sun. He's already established a brand, so he decided to have, instead of keeping the Jealous Guy one, he decided to come up with Bricky and NCS. So a lot of people call him NCS for short for Nintendo Capri Sun, because that's tough to say all the time. It's also great to see his journey is kind of inspiring, because when the first vlog that you see him in, he's smoking, he's working, I think, at his job as a baker, you know, just baking cakes and donuts and stuff. And, you know, you see him getting through his day-to-day life, and he talks about his struggles and different things, and how he struggled to quit cigarette smoking and everything. And you see him, like, struggle back and forth. Like, he tries to quit a couple times, but then he doesn't quite make it, and then you see that he finally actually does quit smoking, and then he starts going to the gym, and at first, you know, you think it's gonna be like the struggle with smoking, where he does it for a while, and then he stops. But no, he does go to the gym, and he does work out, and he loses a lot of weight. And, you know, oftentimes, you know, people who seem to overcome adversity, you see them kind of like as superhuman. Like, you can't do this, you know, because that's not a normal person. And I've never considered myself normal exactly, but in terms of ability, you know, I'm not that extraordinary really. But personality-wise, I'm not normal. But in terms of ability, I pretty much am. But yeah, to see someone that you could identify with a little bit and relate to, and that they had their struggles and they can get through it too, and that you can, and they're not just some like Rambo guy or something like that. That can, you know, some larger than life person. They're someone on a relatable level, and they've faced it and they've conquered it, and you can do it too. And that's part of what I want to do with the blog channel and the Let's Play channel, is to say, you know, to go through my own kind of demons and face them head on and say, I can do this, you know, and because I can. And you know, I might be a bit weird, or I might have a different personality. I'm an INFP, you know, so my personality type is like 4%. But just because, you know, my personality is weird, my abilities are pretty much average, really. So I've gone through this, and I can get through it, and so can you. There we go. You can do it. Let's see. What time are we getting at? I don't know, half an hour, guys. Half an hour, and then I gotta get dressed and go to work. Work the night shift, you know. Man, one day, that's one of the things that I hope, you know, is one day, 2 to 5 years from now, be able to do this full time, and I'll just be doing this all, you know. I could see myself easily doing like 10-hour streams every day, like 7 days a week, and then like editing 2 hours and like working 12-hour days, and then having the other 12, like 8 hours for sleep, and then the other 4 hours to eat and stuff. The other 4 hours giving my free time. A lot of that would, of course, depend on Michelle and what she would want and stuff too. But I could easily see myself at least doing 8-hour streams a day. And then just like when we have a house and we have like our own little area where we can record and stuff, just doing ASMR videos. And I've got so many ideas, and that's the one good thing about my my work being very boring and pretty much meaningless to me. Is that the fact that I can, like, ideas pop into my head while I work. Like, I daydream while I work. And I'm almost always constantly in my head, my own mind, and especially when I'm outside, because a lot of the things outside are not interesting to me at all. And I made a video on the blog channel, like the 5 songs that represents me, and one of them, I think the biggest one, is "In My Room" by the Beach Boys, because I'm always in my room, and that's where, you know, I've lived most of my life, is in my room. And it's not just the literal in my room, it's a metaphorical in my room being my own mind. Well, that's where I've spent most of my life, is inside my own head. And both in good ways and in bad ways. Sometimes a bunch of, you know, like when, you know that thing where you could think of like all these bad things could potentially happen, and you just build things up in your mind bigger than it actually is. You know, that's not good, no. But sometimes I'll do that too. But yeah, if you had to ask me like what song represents me, or like the most, I'd probably say "In My Room" by the Beach Boys. And you know, I keep looking for a metal version of that, but it's, you know, and I think I've requested Frog Leap Studios to do it a couple times, maybe. They do awesome cover songs. If you haven't checked them out, if you like metal covers or metal in general, I don't know a lot. It's the funniest thing, because I tell people I like metal covers, and they think I know I'm an expert on like metal bands and stuff, and so they'll list like certain bands, and like I don't know what that one is, and mostly it's just because I don't have that much money. So and there's an app where you can type certain bands that you like, and then they can suggest other bands to you. I might end up doing that, but I wish I had a metal version of that, because the music genre itself, it's a little bit too soft. It's mostly just the lyrics. It's not the melody or anything else. It's the lyrics that I can relate to. I remember when one of the vlogs that Jealous Guy NCS did, where he talked about his two songs, and I think I'm trying to remember. I think it's "I'm a Rock" by Simon Garfunkel. Guys, you're on the TV. Sorry about that, guys. The pets, the animals, they keep getting up on they keep getting up on they keep getting up on Michelle's desk, and her desk is an open desk. It's not like it's a sealed one with doors, so like it's completely open whenever I'm not, anytime the pets want to get on there, they can. And we're trying to think of positive ways to positive reinforcement to not let them on there, but yeah. But yeah, a lot of the times it's the lyrics. So I've tried to look up like metal versions of that, but I don't know any I know some metal bands, but it's not like I have a whole full library of them that I can like list off. But I can list off a lot of metal cover artists that's on YouTube, which is funny. Of course, there's Frog Leap Studios. There's Jonathan Young. He does a lot of good metal Disney ones. There's 331 E-Rock. He does the easiest way to find his songs is it's something meets metal. Like I'll listen to We Are Number One by Lazy Town, and that one that went viral. I'll listen to his metal version of that on the way to work, and it's just really quirky and really fun. But it's got that. What I like about metal is like a lot of songs are like really slow, like even rock songs, and metal just ramps it up, that intensity, and that just take charge, just like kick ass and just get things done type of thing. And so that's what I like about it, especially if I'm going to work. Now, if I'm about to sleep, I might listen, or if I'm winding down, I might listen to like more relaxing music. Or if I'm on my break, maybe. And I don't listen to all just metal, but that's the most common one. Anything that's like just hard hitting and I don't like screamo metal where you can't tell what they're singing. But yeah. Let's see, 17 ice chests we've gone through. 17. I'm really hoping I can finally get that fish in one of the ice chests before I have to go, because that would be very anticlimactic and felt like I didn't really do much of anything in this stream. But if I do get it, I will call this episode. The Fish Misadventure. Basically, a long time ago, I was looking for palladium, which is a type of hard mode ore, and I was having a hard time finding it. And it took me like an hour and a half or something. Like, it was a task that I thought would only take me like 30 minutes or something, and it took me like an hour and a half or 2 hours. And then because of that, I called it a misadventure, meaning that you're trying to go on a straight route, just a quick way to A and B, but you end up going to C, D, and E, and F, and G, and finally you get back to B, which is where you wanted to go. And so if I do, ever since then, I've any long episode where I try to find something but I can't see it, like it's a struggle to get to it, I've titled it Misadventure since then. Let's see. But yeah, I need to speak. In the NCS vlogs, he shows what it's like in Michigan, and it looks so peaceful and so serene. But imagine being out in that. And I tell people I love fall and winter time, and I can't stand summer. And they, you know, I'm almost like a fanatic about fall and winter, really. And I'm so stoked that it's September's coming, and pretty soon, you know, pretty soon we'll have Halloween, we'll have Christmas, and fall and winter time will finally be here. And people are like, I don't like being cold, you know, I don't like winter time. It's not that I like being cold, it's like I like the fact of being cold and then being warmed up. And the fact that there's less people around usually during winter time. The summer everybody comes out, a bunch of parties and stuff. And being an introvert, you know, I like winter better and fall better because there's fewer people around. I think the only genuine event that I would want to go to, and I've talked with Michelle about this, as far as like our dreams and everything of what we want to do, is like conventions. And I would definitely want to have Michelle with me, because Michelle said at one point, you know, I might be going to school, you know, you might not be able to go, you know, to VidCon, you know, you might have to go alone. I'm like, I don't want to go alone. Half the fun is going with you, and like I'd be, she's like my anchor, you know, like I think a lot of introverts can relate to this, that, you know, they have that one person that they can relate to the most. And then they have that, and it works even better if the person's an extrovert and can handle, you know, the conversation and stuff, and acts kind of like a buffer. And then that way, when you have something interesting to say or something relevant, then you can say it. But then it's not that, you don't have that much pressure on you, and you can kind of daydream while people talk, and it's not as big of a deal. It's kind of like screensaver mode on a computer. When a computer doesn't have enough stimulation eventually, you know, or to signal that things aren't, you know, it eventually goes in screensaver mode to save the screen. And that's kind of what it's like for me in social situations. When I'm bored, or I feel like I'm not relevant or important, or that I have nothing to contribute, I just daydream, and it just, like, people kind of like go like this after a while, because, you know, they cannot bring me in the conversation for like 5 or 10 minutes, but there's like 10 seconds out of the whole conversation where suddenly I'm expected to say something or contribute something, and then, you know, and then they act like yeah. It's funny. I've had that happen so many times in my life at like work and school and everything, and where, you know, people will be talking, and I usually wait a good minute or two, you know, and if they're just talking to each other, and I'm like third wheel, I was like, oh, and I can't leave, because ironically, if I leave, then that's rude. Still no fish. I'm starting to worry whether or not I should double check to see if this is on PC or not. Either that, or it has very, very rare odds to show up. But at the very least, oh, I thought I threw away the chest. At least I'm getting good chests. I got 18. So as a consolation prize, it's not too bad. No fish. I said fresh. No fresh. No fishy fishy. No fishing, no fishing, no fishing, no. So, I think this might be the most dead. I think the last time that I've had this least amount of viewers was when I was playing Resident Evil 7 or Crash Bandicoot. Like, usually on a Terraria you get more viewers than this. So I don't know if it's the new start time, like if 7 was a better... I think that's what I'll tell Michelle, is that this was a good solution this time because I needed to sleep and it's Friday. But to have this every day, I don't think this is that good of an idea. I usually do pretty good on my days off anyways, which is coming up tomorrow, so whatever lack of viewers we have this time, we'll make up for on Tuesday, Wednesday. Yeah, it's just in the kind of sense of the same sense that I can't mention like all YouTubers offhand because there's so many of them that I respect. It's the same way with comedians too. Like there's so many comedians I like and I look up to. It's tough to mention them all, but the only reason why I'm saying is because for a while, a long time ago, I used to watch like British panel TV shows all the time, like Mock the Week or I think Mind the Buzzcocks was one of them. And there's so many great, like, a lot of them are British, but not all of them are. So I'll just say European just to play it more safe. But there's like Jimmy Carr, and then there's Frankie Boyle. There's the guy from the Mighty Boosh that plays Old Greg. He's awesome. I'm trying to remember his name for the life of me right now, and I can't remember his name. He does a lot of he's with Russell Brand a lot on those shows a lot too. He's really Noel Fielding. Yeah, he's awesome. Hey, I got a viewer. Hi. How's your day going? I'm talking about some of my favorite comedians while I'm looking for the fish in the ice chest to try to get all the pets. But Noel Fielding is awesome. He's so cool. There's so many great like comedians though, and I think I think sometimes the Americans are missing out a little bit because I don't know, they just don't get the experience like the European comedians that are, and there's some good American comedians too, like Louis C.K. and George Carlin. There's a lot of good American comedians too. It's just I don't know why. I think maybe it's because my humor is more British, I guess. I don't know, or more European. But yeah, I just really I like watching those comedy panel shows. And there's of course David Mitchell and Andy Parsons and Dara O'Brien's really funny too. He's really great. And there's Russell Howard. He is awesome too. I think my dream, like one of my dreams, would be to be on his show one day. And I don't think I could ever see myself being important or making a big enough thing where I could be on his show, but it still would be awesome anyways. I also want to be on Ear Biscuits one day too. That would be a big dream. That's like one of those huge dreams where like, I've made it, guys. I finally made it, type of things. But it's, again, I don't think I'd ever be that important to Cat. But yeah, it's really cool. I just like Frankie, and everyone, every one of them has their like own kind of style, or for the most part, like Frankie Boyle's humor is so offensive and so dark, but it's and sometimes social politeness can get too far where someone like hates you, but they're insincere and polite, so you don't know that they hate you, and I hate that. about people sometimes. You know, like, I wish that if you don't like me, and then you just don't like me, that's okay. You know, not everyone is gonna like me. But there's some people that are like fake polite to you. It's like freaking Umbridge from Harry Potter. I hate that. So I think that's what I like about Frankie Boyle is yeah, he's dark and he's offensive, but at least you know where he's coming from. And sometimes it's so shocking because it goes against so many social norms that happen. And then of course Jimmy Carr is kind of like Frankie Boyle in that kind of way, but he has a different whole delivery, and his laugh is so funny. Some people say it's a laugh in reverse, the way his laugh is, but... And he doesn't pull any punches, so... And of course, Russell Howard, he goes for like optimistic humor that's just kind of whimsical. Noel Fielding is like non sequiturs, like he just says random like ironic stuff or funny stuff, and he does some really good. Like I'm thinking about buying the Mighty Boosh one day because I'm probably saying that I might be saying that wrong, but of course Old Greg is legendary. It's awesome. The character he plays, Old Greg. I'm Old Greg. What you doing, my waters? It's been so long, I can't do a good impression of him. Even if I did, I probably wouldn't be able to anyways. Oh wow, 2 chests and 1 dungeon. That sounds like a weird title of a movie. 2 chests, 1 dungeon. That doesn't sound right. That's not a chest, that is a freaking beer keg. There's a beer keg in front of the chest, alright. It's the weirdest thing, alright. Probably because it's been dropped. Yep, that's what happened. It's been dropped. Nothing really good in that one. Please let this be the fish one. It's still not the... I swear, if this is freaking PC only, I swear, for fuck's sake. Alright. Getting some decent paintings on the way too. Let's say old miner. That's kind of an oxymoron, old miner, because normally you think a miner is under the age of 18, but a lot of my jokes that I do, and I'm not even remotely close. Like I could not make a full-time living as a comedian ever. Not even if I worked on it, I don't think I could do it. But once in a while, I'm funny. But a lot of my humor focuses on like puns and stuff. So, someone told me they had minor surgery, and I asked them, you know, was it a guy with a pickaxe or was it, you know, a 13-year-old? And they looked at me all weird. That's what I mean about I have a kind of a drier sense of humor. So, which some people even told me that reminds them of like British humor, but. That's part of why Michelle and I like Bob's Burgers, because they have a lot of puns in there too. There's one joke that Frankie Boyle like made, and I can't, like, whenever I watch it, I laugh every time. It doesn't matter how many times I play it, you know, his delivery and everything is just perfect. I think it's like the darkest, most brutal joke by Frankie Boyle is what the title is, but it basically talks about how when he was a boy, his grandfather took him up to the attic and there was a chest there and he brought down the chest. I'm not going to talk about what else happens, but that's basically the joke. Just so if you look it up, you'll know what it is. That's the joke, where his grandfather brings the chest from the attic up and what he finds in the chest and everything, and it's just so funny. It's really dark, and I don't mind dark humor most of the time, but yeah. Of course, George Carlin's awesome too. Louis C.K., he's really funny. Trying to think of like an American comedian that I like, because those are the only 2 or 3 of them that I can think of. Is Of course, there's the movie ones like Jim Carrey, Robin Williams. Um, there's Chris Rock, Richard Pryor. You know, there's a bunch of good ones like that too. And then there's ones that you might not necessarily think of as comedians, but do comedic work, like occasionally. That's like part of what they do. And like Triple H and Shawn Michaels when they did the DX stuff, and that one was funny. And some of the stuff that WWE has done is funny too. Because part of it is humor, of course, but that's twice in a row in the underworld right here, in this almost exact same location. There was a mushroom biome. I swear. We're getting down to the wire now, guys. So if I don't find it by the time I leave, I will be a sad, sad panda. And that reminds me of a joke I told once too. And I asked them, "What's black and white and red all over?" And they said, "What?" And I said, "A dead panda." But I think that's my favorite part, is I'm so used to being, you know, sort of people being, very civilized and very kind of just like kind of normal and bland and boring, and to have people like that, you know, that are just so outrageous and so crazy in comparison, it's kind of like kind of refreshing to see that, you know. And then like other people at work, they'll, oh shoot, dear God, it's a web chest. Nothing good. This is a good starter one, like pre-hard mode. That's a decent hook. There's actually a funny glitch with that, where if you run on an asphalt bridge and fire it behind you, you can outrun the hook. And then you can fire multiple hooks like that, and it's kind of actually mesmerizing to watch that, but like I'll be at work and there are people who will like be gossiping or complaining about this happened and this happened, and oh my God, can you believe what this person did? And it's like high school and stuff like that, and you know, I'll be over watching my videos and it's just, but you know, once in a while I'll find someone I can talk to and it's not that bad. Like there's a couple people at work I'll talk about wrestling about, or I'll talk about horror movies or something like that, or if I can find at least one thing, you know, that I can sustain a conversation with them, then that's good. But I think that's going to be one of the tough things about later on, like 5 years from now, when we have like over 500 followers or something. It's going to be tough to, you know, when people are, when nobody's in the chat. Of course I can talk like this all the time, but when you've got more than one person, like there's like, I think there was 16 in the chat one time, and still no fish for the I swear by the moon and the stars in the sky, I will find the fish, for better or worse, till I end the stream. Okay. The freaking still. wonder if I can break that. Yeah, I guess I can. Good. No idea what kind of background that is, but it looks cool, whatever it is. Don't seem to be collecting it though. I don't think it's something you can collect and build. At least it doesn't seem like that. Unless I've already collected and I didn't know it. No, nothing. Alright, let's see what we've got now. Yeah, not much longer, guys. Yeah, Michelle's starting school again. Went from another school to another one. I'm so proud of her, though, to have that kind of courage to do it. It's going to be a medical biller. But this one, this school is much more serious, and it's going to be more intensive, and really feel like the stakes have definitely risen this time. Our stakes have risen. Please have a chest. Please have a chest. Please have. Thank God. All right. Nope. I swear this is. All right. Someone's taking the piss. Freaking Gamepedia and Wikipedia is taking the piss of it. That's the other funny thing about European humor too, is there's certain terms and stuff that you kind of have to look up and decipher what they mean. Like taking the pisses. Something. As far as I can tell right now, I think that means like someone's making a joke about you or making a laugh about you. So. Still no fish. There's a freaking petri dish. I don't want a petri dish. I want a fish. I don't want the dish. I want the fish. I don't want the dish. I want the fish. I don't want the dish. I want the fish. Alrighty. Well, this episode was kind of interesting. Almost. 1 or 2 more minutes, guys. This might be one of the shorter streams too. We're on the borderline of getting the Twitch affiliate. That's just our average view. We've got more than enough followers. It's just our average viewers need to go up. And the toughest part is trying to find a game that people are gonna watch, because we've gotten like Resident Evil 7, and we thought for sure people were gonna come in to watch that, but then that didn't happen, and then the same thing with Crash Bandicoot. We thought for sure that, you know, we didn't think we were going to get a massive amount of people, but Terraria seems to, and the same thing with Minecraft too. Like we play Minecraft and almost no one ever comes in. But Terraria seems to be the only one. I think it's at that perfect balance point where it's not oversaturated, where too many people are playing it. Which is probably what happened with Resident Evil 7 and Crash Bandicoot, because there's so much hype for it. Like everyone's playing it. Jacksepticeye, Markiplier, a bunch of people are playing it. Crash Bandicoot and Resident Evil 7. So because of that, it's just you get lost in the shuffle of things. But you don't want to go on the other side where no one's playing the game either, because then not many people are gonna like be looking that up either. So it's tough to find that balance point between the two. A game that people will want to look up and watch, but at the same time one that's not where too many people are playing it, where you get lost. And let's see. So yeah, I think that'll be it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you end up, I'm gonna export this to you. Oh, there's a freaking shark in the underworld. There's freaking sharks in the fucking underworld. What the fuck? Is this like a mechanism? There's a shark statue here, is there? Mother of God, what happened? This is the perfect way to... I'm gonna jump the shark. This is the perfect way to end this episode. Wargard. Look at him in the freaking underworld. I wonder if there's lava below me. Is there lava? Yeah, there's some lava below me. If I can get... no, I don't mean to... Here we go. Because if I can get this just right... Here we go. If I can get this just right where he falls right in the lava, I want to see if he can survive. Shark in lava. This is the weirdest... This is the perfect way to end this episode, guys, because... Here we go. It's not every day you see a shark. The tough part is going to be not killing him on the way to digging underneath. I'm probably going to end up killing him, guys, to be honest. So, yep, I killed him. Shit. Oh well, sorry about that, guys. That was crazy, though. Thank you guys so much for watching. And that was... You can't... I don't... Oh, there's a button here. That's what it is. There's a button, and the shark was... I almost guarantee that's what happened. Is it the shark? I thought it was like randomly popped up, but no, it's the button. There's a button here that summons up sharks, which is so weird that they would randomly generate a world like that. But freaking sharks, man! Freaking sharks! Sharks in the underworld gonna get to feast on your blood. Sharks in the underworld feast on your blood. Sharks in the underworld. Bye, everybody.